PulseChain.
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 Let me just give you a few warnings and tips about PulseChain. This is PulseChain dev here, Bretep, and he says, "Hey all, watch out for scams. We will never do this kind of thing. PulseChain is decentralized. There is no support team reaching out to people. Don't fall for the tricks." Yeah, if you take part in Twitter, you'll notice in all of these conversations, especially when you mention the word MetaMask, there are tons and tons of scammers. I've never seen anything like it on other platforms. You don't get this on YouTube or Facebook. You get the odd ones here and there, but there are tons on Twitter. This is a big red flag. When you see this embedded message here, this is a DM straight to take you straight to DMs with whoever's putting this out here. This for me is a big red flag because I don't see anyone who's legit do this. Every person I've seen do this is a scammer. So if you're on Twitter, beware of this stuff, or if you're avoiding Twitter, just stay locked into this channel and I'll bring you all these kind of tips. The next one is quite a sad story that's happened to a few people, and this is Somi letting you know, do not buy any stablecoin on PulseChain as they are worthless, can't be redeemed. People have lost all their money by buying into them because others have taken their token coins from the pool before they could realize their error and extract it back. So yeah, when you're swapping, there's new stable coins on PulseChain, and they have no backing currently. So as it stands, if you swap your PulseChain or PulseX or Hex or anything that will have value for these, you might end up like this guy here who says, "F it, I've sold 7 million PLSX for about 900k USDT and it's all gone. Has to get to $1 regardless of the equity." So he could have lost all of that if it doesn't get any value. And this is Crypto Coffee. He's echoing the same thing as that one. I don't know who needs to hear this, but stablecoin copies on PulseChain won't maintain their $1 peg. Anyone that sells coins on PLSX for PUSD, PDAI or PUSDT is wrecked. So bear that in mind. That's a good tip there. Now moving on to Richard Hart. If you get this, I've heard some ways to fix it, so you'll be familiar with this. This is go.hex.com, where you do your staking for Hex, or mining as it's called now, even though it still says stake there. Make sure you're on the PulseChain network in your MetaMask. Then in a new browser tab, go to go.hex.com. Another way is to uninstall, reinstall MetaMask. Another is to use incognito mode. Right, I've never tried that method before. I've done the other ones. Another is to use another browser. Yeah, so I think this one works. If you use a new tab, and loading onto this site takes a while sometimes. It can take up to a minute, but it does come through. I've tried it on Ethereum and PulseChain today, and it's working on both for me. So those are the methods you can use if you're having problems. Over to Richard Hart again for a very useful tip. Some PulseChain.com users send their coins to a new address. It removes the risk of any forgotten permissions or bad dApps that had access to your old address. It increases pseudo anonymity, and it gets you to check you have access to your keys or seed words. You can split up your coins across multiple addresses to have more seed words or keys protected in more places, or to be able to spend without directly showing everything you might hold. For an analogy, if you had $1 million, you wouldn't keep it all in the wallet on you or all in one bank, right? It also makes sure that your coins are in your own control and not some middleman. So excellent tip there from Richard. And finally, this is a site I talked about before that was doing really well on testnet, freepulse.io. They give a small tiny bit of pulse free, so you can do transactions. They're currently not working, and they say update regarding the faucet. The initial interest in PulseChain.com is so immense that gas fees are currently skyrocketing. At this point, withdrawals are too expensive to run the faucet properly. So their faucet's not running right now. Hopefully it does come through, and then you can get a little bit of free pulse.